Hello, dear students, very good morning. We are learning the chapter metals and non-metals. And till now, we have studied physical and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. And today, we are going to learn a new concept, that is occurrence of metals. Students, you know that the earth crust, it is a major source of metals, right? And seawater also contains some soluble salts. For example, sodium chloride, magnesium chloride, calcium carbonate, etc. The elements are compounds which are naturally occurring in the earth crust. We call it as minerals. Means the elements or compounds which are naturally available in the earth crust is known as minerals. And at some places, not all the places, at some places, minerals contains a high percentage of a particular metal, and that metal can be profitably extracted from it. Okay, that we call it as ore. Okay, so ore means at some places minerals contain very high percentage of a particular metal, and that metal we can extract profitably from it. So these minerals we call it as ores. Some metals like gold, silver, platinum are found in the free state in the earth crust, because you know that they are very least reactive metals. And some metals the found in the earth crust in the form of carbonate, sulfides, halides, oxides, etc. Extraction of metals. You have already learnt about the reactivity series of metals, right? So reactivity series means the arrangement of metals in the decreasing order of their reactivity. So having this knowledge, you can easily understand how metals are extracted from its ores. Some metals are found in the earth crust in the free state. Just now, as I said, gold, silver, platinum are least reactive. They will be found in the free state, and some are found in their compound state, like as you know that sulfides, carbonates, oxide form. And the metals at the bottom of the activities are least reactive. They are often found in the free state, which are the examples like gold, silver, mercury. You can see the picture: gold, silver, mercury. So these are all the least reactive metals. For example, as you know that gold, silver, platinum, copper, these are all found in the free state. Copper and silver are also found in the combined state as their sulfide or oxide form, okay, or in the oxide ore. And next, coming to the metals at the top of the activity series. Top of the activity series, you can see potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium. So these are all highly reactive metals. So these are so reactive that they are never found in the nature as free elements. So these won't occur in a free elements. The metals in the middle, like zinc, iron, lead. So these are all moderately reactive, medium reactive elements. So these medium reactive elements are found in the earth crust mainly as oxides, sulfides, or carbonates. Remember, you should remember. So these metals like zinc, iron, lead, these are medium reactive metals. These are found in the earth crust in the form of oxides, sulfides, carbonates. For example, if you take zinc, zinc may be present in a zinc sulfide form, zinc oxide form, like that. Okay, iron, if you take iron oxide or iron sulfide, like this. And you will find that the ores are mainly metal or oxides. Okay, you will find that the ores of many metals are in the form of oxides. So this is because why they are always present in the oxide form. You know that oxygen is abundantly present in the atmosphere, and also this is because it is very reactive element and abundant on the earth. So that's the basis. On the basis of on the basis of reactivity, we can group the metals metals into the following categories. So students, on the basis of reactivity, we can group the metals into following three categories. One is metals of low in the activity, metals of low reactivity, metals of medium reactivity, and metals of high reactivity. So these are the three different categories. We have divided metal extraction of metals based on their reactivity. So different techniques are to be used for obtaining the metals from in each category. So as you can see, so metals of highly reactivity or high reactivity, you know that metals are highly reactive. So these are not found in the combined state, like it is not reacting. If suppose if it react with the oxygen, it become vigorous reaction, right? And these are extracted by electrolysis of molten ore. So we can get the pure metal by electrolysis of molten ore. So sodium chloride, for example, if you take sodium chloride, they will take it in the form of solution or molten state. By using electricity, by separating the charges, we will get the pure metal. Next, so metals of medium reactivity. Metals of medium reactivity are of two kinds. So one is these medium reactive metals are present in two different ores. One with a carbonate ores, one with a sulfide ores. So we can extract carbonate ores by calcination process. So what is calcination and what is roasting, we are going to study in detail in the coming classes. Next is sulfide ores. Sulfide ores are separated, sulfide ores we use a roasting process. So firstly we have to convert the metal ore into oxide form. Then we have to reduce it into the pure metal. So this is about metals of medium reactivity. Next, coming to metals of low in the reactivity. So metals in the low reactivity are present in the sulfide ores in the form of sulfide. By using roasting process, by heating in the presence of excess air, so heating in the presence of excess air, we can extract the pure metal. Student, this is the picture of ore. Students, this is the next is enrichment of ores. You know that ores mined from the earth are usually contaminated with the large amounts of impurities such as soil, sand, etc. So that we call it as gangue. Okay, gangue means so ores are mined from the earth are usually contaminated with large amount of impurities such as soil, sand, etc. So that we call it as gangue. Impurities must be removed from the ore prior to the extraction of the metal. The processes used for removing the gangue from the ore are based on the difference between the physical and chemical properties of the gangue and the ore. So different separation techniques are accordingly employed. As just we have studied, like metals in the highly reactive, we use electrolytic process. Middle of the activity series, we'll use a calcination and roasting process, and metals of low reactivity we'll use a roasting process. So based on the differences between the physical and chemical properties of the gangue and the ore, different separation techniques are accordingly employed. So here you should remember the three definitions of extraction of metals. This is about today's class. I hope all of you have understood. Thank you, children.